So we're done playing games. We've played with our shape sorter, we've played Guess Who, now we're going to do something serious. We're going to play Keep Away. We're going to take the filters that we've learned to create and we're going to make it so that users can only see certain records in a menu. Now this isn't a mean game of Keep Away, this is to help our business run efficiently. We don't want people looking at what they shouldn't, and we also want to make it easy for them to focus in on what we want them to be focusing on. We can do this in a lot of different ways, but I prefer to do it through menu items because it's much easier to do this than using record rules or access rights. It's easy to say this person has access to this menu and this menu only shows certain things. That way that's all that they see. So let's go ahead and start our little game of Keep Away. Here we are again in our favorite ODOO demo. We want to make sure we're in developer mode because that gives us access to a few things that we need here. And because we like sales, we're going to go ahead and go into that. We'll get rid of this guy right here. And then we're going to start to build out our filter. Now to show you just how well this works, we're going to make this example unnecessarily complicated. So before anything else, let's look at the data we have to work with. So we're going to group by salesperson and customer, and we're going to see Mitchell Admin has Deco Addict, a lot of them. Mark Demo only has Deco Addict and Gemini Furniture. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to limit down to Mark Demo and Gemini Furniture. Okay, so if it's Mark Demo, we want it only to be Gemini Furniture. And we're going to say if it's Mitchell Admin, we're going to do Deco Addict, Gemini Furniture, and Ready Mat. So because we want to keep this clean and we want to be able to check our work, let's go ahead and duplicate this tab so that we have the same tab. And then that way we can refer back to this other tab if we need to. So we're going to come in and create our filter. So we're going to add a custom filter. We're going to have two different branches here. Okay. So we're going to say it could be any of these two sets of conditions. So we're going to say salesperson equals Mitchell Admin, and customer is in, and we're going to say Deco Addict, Gemini Furniture, and Ready Mat. And Ready Mat. Okay. And then we're going to come back over here again, and Mark Demo, we're only going to do Gemini Furniture. Oops. Come over to this. Is equal to, and we're going to say customer is equal to, and again, Gemini Furniture. Okay. Gemini Furniture. Go ahead and add that. And what we want to make sure of is that we've got this correct. So we're going to group by salesperson and customer. So looking at Mitchell Admin, looks like we pulled that up a little bit weird. Let's look at this again real quick. Okay. We didn't do salesperson equals, so we need that to be Mark Demo just to make sure we're good. Now we've got Mark Demo with Gemini Furniture, Mitchell Admin with Deco Addict, Gemini Furniture, and Ready Mat, which is the filter that we want. So we've got our filter here now, but we want this to apply every single time somebody comes into a menu item. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate another tab and we'll set that up properly. So we've got our other tab, we're going to go into Studio, and then we're going to go in and edit our menu. We're going to create a new menu, and the name of the menu is going to be Example Sales Filter, just to make it easy. We want this to be an existing model, and it's going to be this sale.order model, which we can always type in that way. And it's going to bring up sales order. We're going to confirm that. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and hop out because it takes a second for ODOO sometimes. And you see that example sales filter. We're going to go ahead and move that up under quotations. Okay, you ready for this? This is the key part of our game of Keep Away here. Now we want to go to our menu item and we want to click Edit Selection. And in here we've got the action that this menu item is calling. We're going to go up here. And what we see is we have no domain value yet. Now if you're not familiar with domains, domain is another name for filter inside of ODOO. So essentially the domain value, when we set that up, that's setting up our filter for that menu item. For list view, for form view, all of it. This filters everything under the menu item. Something cool to note about domains is we can actually make it so that these are dynamic. So it's based on the current user or the current date. It's pretty cool. We're not covering it today, but something to know about that we will cover in later videos. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. We're going to go back here. We're going to grab every bit of the code right here, and this won't show up if you're not in developer mode. So if you don't see it, make sure you're in developer mode. But we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it over here, save and close, save and close, and we're going to go back to our first tab here, refresh, and then we're going to go into orders, example sales filter, and we're going to go ahead and group by. So let's go ahead and group by salesperson and customer, and you can see already 32, 12, yep. So we've got 32, and we've got the 12, and that's exactly right. And it will show this data, or this filtered set of data, every time we come back into this view. So just to recap, we built this filter, and it was all point and click. Can you imagine trying to set all of this junk up and setting it up properly so it works? No, thank you. So that's another powerful tool in your belt for filters. You can play keep away, not in a mean way, with your employees to make sure that they're focused and that they're only looking at what they need to. Stay tuned for our next video where we talk about many-to-one drop-downs, filtering those down, filtering down sets of customers or warehouses or anything else that's linked in so that it's easy for our people to choose the correct information.